Don't know how well you can see me because it's dark out here, but we've just come outside. It's a really lovely morning, not too cold at the moment, very peaceful and still. Maybe you can hear the cockerel crowing in the background. It's, as I say, a lovely morning to start my Ramadan challenge, and it's a peaceful time. As I say, we just heard the Imam telling us to stop eating, and here we go for the rest of the day, fasting until sunset. You can see that there's very few people in the street, there's no cars, it's very quiet, peaceful morning. We're on our way out into the countryside now. We're just passing this place here where the local farmers bring their wheat and barley to be ground into flour. The donkey outside is waiting to take one of the bags back to the farmhouse. So this whole area really is small holdings. Most of the farmers have animals, like the cow and the sheep that you can see here. I'm a little bit further down the road and we saw these lovely yellow flowers here. We thought we'd have a little stop and just show you them. I have no idea what they are, but they're the most amazing colour, and you can see behind me here there's a whole field of them. This whole area in the countryside is awash with colour at this time of year. So you've just seen the yellow flowers, there's poppies here, and in the background, and the whole of Azilal is surrounded by mountains. So some time of the year they're snow-capped, but at the moment no snow in sight. Also along the road you'll often see, like you see here, this lady bringing along some grass from the fields to feed the animals on the donkey. Two of my Ramadan challenge. Here I am out in the countryside. Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim friends out there and anybody who's fasting for Ramadan. So you'll see I've swapped my pyjamas for my coat and my clothes. If you were watching earlier, you will have seen me telling you about my breakfast that I had at 4 o'clock this morning. I did go back to bed, but now, as you can see, I'm up again and I'm out enjoying the countryside around Azilal. So it's a lovely time of year in Morocco here, and especially out here in the countryside where there are a lot of farming communities, there are a lot of small holdings here, people who grow maybe enough vegetables to feed themselves, maybe a bit of wheat and barley, and perhaps they rely on a few goats and sheep to keep the family fed. But if you have a look around here, so you can see at this time of year there's a lot of pretty flowers, different colours, but particularly these red poppies that you can see in the background here. And actually these, beautiful as they are, they're used for the red dye in the carpets that are famous here in Morocco. And against the green, they really are quite amazing. So actually, from the farmer's point of view this year, it's been a very good year because we've had quite a bit of rain over the winter, and you can see that everything around here is green. And that's really good for the farmers, of course, because it means that everything grows, it means they've got food to feed their animals, and it means that they also have food to feed themselves. So it's been a really good winter this year. Speaking of which, and talking about a nice time of year to visit, of course tourism has taken a bit of a hit over the last few months. The quarantine has affected a lot of businesses here, and actually a lot of people in Morocco rely on tourism as for their income. And so consequently, as there have been no or very few tourists over the last few months, a lot of people have had no work. And because at the moment there's a curfew here, so everything has to close at 8 o'clock. Because now we're in Ramadan, that means that for a lot of like coffee shops and places like that, they will have no income over the next few months. So if you're thinking about coming to Morocco, now if you can is a really good time. Of course the summer is coming, and in places and parts of Morocco it'll be really warm. But you know, maybe later in the year, October time, is also another good time to visit. From a fasting point of view, so at the moment I'm feeling okay. I'm not feeling too hungry or thirsty. Been managing the day fairly well and just trying to take it easy. So hopefully that will continue, and by the time we get to eating doing a bit of exercise.
So here we are. We've
but of course during Ramadan probably
we're in the high
they would come out just for a walk down here.
And on the first day of Ramadan, in the early
afternoon, see the view here
afternoon,
over the whole of Azilal. And as I say, in the night time it's really lovely with all the lights.
People obviously at work.
Oh, look, we've got some runners there. Look, didn't expect that. I was telling you earlier, people come up here for exercise, and there's a couple of joggers.
Some of those lovely shabakia.
You can see back down the hill there, see the fields with wheat. You can see it's been a bit of a wet day, I think, probably.
Juice them yourself, of course. There's bread there as well, look. So, as I say, people are mainly
they go up the hill. You can see again out there
one place that is pretty
town
quiet,
of Azilal, just behind the trees.
So
it's just about to
the coffee shops
pop
here
into
that
view.
are closed, really, because people can't
And at
drink
night
during the
time,
day or eat. Here's the mosque. That'll be busy
There's
later.
the road that we've just come up.
You can see the square is
And
empty of
here's
people
the view
as well, and normally
that
people
I come
would
up
be
here
sitting
for.
here. So
Especially
coffee shops
today
really are
when
closed now
I
for
haven't
the next
eaten
month.
all day. It's getting towards breakfast time, but not quite yet. So I've had nothing to eat or drink all day, and so I'm trying to keep things a little bit gentle. But this is one of my favourite places, and I tend to come here when it's dark, when all the lights are shining. Today, because of the curfew and Ramadan, we're not able to come up here later. So today we've come during daylight, but you can still see the town of Azilal there, and I'll let you imagine what that looks like. I've made it through virtually my first day of fasting, so there's about 1 hour to go until ftoor or breakfast, when we break our fast and we're able to eat. So I've managed so far. I'm really excited because actually today has gone much better than I thought. It's gone quite quickly. I thought it might be a slow day. I've been quite surprised how much I've thought about food today though, which is something I don't normally do. In between meals I normally just like turn up, eat and then go. But today food has been on my mind, I have to say. I've felt a little bit hungry maybe later this afternoon, so not too bad this morning. But this afternoon I have felt a bit hungry, and I've started to think about when I might be sitting down to eat again. So as I say, that's in about an hour's time. So I will share perhaps some of that with you, what I'm going to eat to break my fast. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow now, actually. So that's one day almost done. Maybe 29 left to go. We'll see how that goes. I will see you later when I have my breakfast at just about 7 o'clock. It's almost time to break fast. I've been fasting all day and I am now pretty hungry. We're just waiting for the call to prayer, which tells us that the fasting day is over and it's time to eat. I'll be eating with the family, but I'm not going to share that bit with you because really out of respect, I guess, A for the family, and also because there are people out there who might be breaking their fast in a slightly different way. Perhaps people, can't afford to buy a lot of good things to eat. So out of respect for them, I'm not going to share my eating with you. I have got a date here in my pocket, which when it's time, I'm going to pop into my mouth. Hopefully closely followed by some water. This day has gone fairly well. I'm pleased that I've managed to get through my first day. I am aware that I have 29 days left to go, but I want to just say thank you to everybody who's taken the time to send me a message of support, good wishes, Ramadan Mubarak or Ramadan Kareem. I've had so many, so please accept my apologies if I haven't replied to you personally, because I've been a bit overwhelmed this afternoon by the number of messages that I've had. That's been really lovely and it's helped to get me through the day. And if you've seen the earlier video of the street in the morning, you may notice it's a little bit noisier now, or it was a little bit noisier than it was this morning. So any minute now, I think we will hear that call to prayer. So let's just have a look. In the street behind me, there are people. There are cars coming down the street as people make their way to prayer. I think I can hear that call now. I don't know if you can hear that. There we are. So that's the end of my first fasting day. So I'm going to say goodbye, Baslama, and I will continue my fast tomorrow, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you want some updates, because I will be giving you some more information about my progress, maybe in a week's time. So see you then.